The ACDP.
Thank you, House Chair. House Chair, today these GBV bills will be finalised by Parliament after the Justice Committee has considered the NCOP proposed amendments. This the ACDP welcomes. We do, however, remain deeply concerned about the high levels of violence in the country. The crime statistics recently released by Police Minister Cele paint a horrific picture of what the most vulnerable in our communities, the women and children, have to endure on a daily basis. During the period of April to June this year, a staggering 10,000 rapes were committed. That is in only 3 months. This is indeed horrific, and the figure is probably far higher, as many cases of sexual violence are not reported to the police for fear of retribution and secondary victimisation. It is the primary role of government to protect its citizens, and it is very clear that government is dismally failing in this regard. And it is not good enough just to blame this increase on the lockdown provisions. It is also very clear, however, that everyone in society must play a role in fighting the scourge of crime and violence. The ACDP believes that churches, other faith-based organizations, civil society and communities can and should play a far greater role. Many community members are aware what is going on behind the neighbors' closed doors, but don't want to become involved. That is just not good enough. There's a war against our children and our women, and it will take a massive combined effort of communities working with law enforcement agencies to win this war. Accountability is a very large motivator in the original changes to the Domestic Violence Act, which is why the original amendment bill proposes that if you suspect or know that a child, an older person, or a person with disability is the victim of domestic violence, we believe is the correct way to follow. Chairperson, while most of the amendments proposed by the NCOP are technical of nature, the ACDP raised our concerns about amendments to use gender-neutral language in the Domestic Violence Amendment Bill. Whilst we fully appreciate that the LGBT plus community are also a very vulnerable group, we believe these amendments proposed by the NCOP may lead to legal uncertainty, which may in effect hinder the fight against gender-based violence as opposed to helping it. We are, however, thankful that the Department of Justice will be looking into this issue at our request. In conclusion, the ACDP will support these bills. I thank you, House Chair.